the DREAM Act's definitely the most feasible piece of legislation in terms of getting people that are moderate on the issue or people that are not completely sold. Anyone that I have ever spoken to saying, don't you think that students, don't you think that people that want to serve in the military should have a pathway to do so if they were raised here? Don't you think that that's appropriate? They have all said yes.
Like, it might be your neighbor, like it might be the student who is like sitting next to you in class, or like your friend's classmate, or just like someone who's really close to you, right? Like trying to change that messaging and be like, and we've actually been like living here for a really long time and like paying our taxes and like going to school and working and doing all that stuff. And so I think that right now for the DREAM Act for me is a little bit more of a tactic kind of thing to try to reshape that message and to actually get something positive for the community, right? Something that's not all about like enforcement.
Talking about that because I think there's a lot of people who are pissed off that we haven't gotten any of the change that were promised to us 2 years ago and are angry about that. And they said, Obama and his campaign trail said that, there's going to be immigration reform. Where is
If this passes, it's a step forward, and it actually, what it begins to say is if you organize, if you have collective action, if you protest, if you pressure politicians, then we can win gains for our side.
Make sure that in that time we have announcements about the fight, the struggle, and the support for the DREAM Act. It's not only, we cannot see two campaigns. It's one campaign, it's the DREAM Act. It's very important to put it right in front.
My journey as an ally, I came in, it's like, okay, I hear about immigration, and I hear about immigration reform because I hear about social justice, but as time went on, I started to really understand how it affects the lives of people my age that have just as much talent as me and just as much potential as me and just as much pressure to get a job and just as much pressure to do well in school, but have barriers that are preventing them from doing those basic things, and yet they were raised here and they know everything about this country and care just as much about their communities and their families.
And I started to see how passionate people were and started to really understand that passion and that anger derives from, I guess, this source of identity around being undocumented and the fact that people who are my age, who I was coming close with, have to deal with this struggle every single day. And they're not just sitting back and taking it. They're organizing, they're strategizing, they're wanting to go head-to-head with legislators, with elected officials. And these people are between the ages of 18 and 20.
This would be my third
Would you hold that pink one up again? The pink looks good on you. I don't know, Yeah.
Wait, there's a pre-wash.
Is it for that?
Mm-hmm.